This poem is entitled Fondest of Illusions. It's springtime in the park, but there's a frost upon my soul which has me every morning in its grip. As a student of anxiety who's on full scholarship, I never get it under my control. Why phantoms rip me from my sleep and what it is they crave is something they insist remain unknown. I only know that I'm into a raging whirlwind thrown, from which I'm often dropped into a cave that's swarming with the spirits of the dead and of the living, who don't make their intentions very clear. I've no idea the reason that both they and I are here, or whether they'll be kind or unforgiving. Sometimes I'll bolt upright in the hopes that I'll recover from this hypnagogic madness and confusion. But sometimes I embrace it, whether real or illusion. For what if I encounter an old lover who comforts me with evidence that when it's time to die, that which is to come will make amends for all that I've endured, which she clearly comprehends. But what if she's some sort of Lorelei, enticing me to drown or dash my brains out on a reef to sound my dark and much disguised death knell, to throw me off a cliff into the boundless depths of hell and pains from which there'll never be relief? That's possible, I guess. But when I look into her eyes, a calm upon me suddenly descends. We weren't only lovers, we were deep and lifelong friends with all the faith and trust which that implies. I hold her to my breast and make an oath not to upset her. She loved me then and seems to love me now. I tell her that I'll follow her and make a solemn vow that if we're parted, I will come and get her, whether here on earth or in this cryptic afterlife, whether she's a product of my dreams or lies here in my arms and is exactly what she seems, my once upon a time and future wife. My existence is a crapshoot. It's amoral and unfair. To face another day, I must believe that after all I've gone through, I'll be given a reprieve. But truth to tell, that's all up in the air. I slog through life, not knowing why it is I suffer so. Perhaps in some past life there were some crimes of which I cannot know and which are drowned by midnight's chimes, which don't make clear what I'm to undergo, whether here on earth or in some small or great beyond, wrapped in Kathy's arms or all alone, whether I'll be blissful or face terrors yet unknown, or how to either one I might respond. I've become accustomed to the arrows and the slings of fortunes spent in landfills and debris. Yet, even though it's risible, I still aspire to be that person for whom hope eternal springs. And hence, I now believe that since I've paid this heavy price, there'll come a time when I am with my wife in paradise.